Okay. Alright, so I'm Lucifer. I am a savior. That is S-A-V-I-E-R. I basically believe in a metaphysical, mathematical mastermind that is the structure of reality as information, rather than the physicality that atheism would want you to believe in. I actually think that the world is metaphysical, as a mind. Okay, let's see.
Open up your heart, what do you feel? Open up your heart, what do you feel? Is it real? The Big Bang may be
All right. So is anybody here actually an atheist? Hold on.
but I can't think of a better time to say, well, hold on. Instead of messing with our future, open up inside. Well, hold on.
Do you support Paul Miller? I have no idea what that is. Is that something to do with like a murder or a killing in America? So glad I'm not indoctrinated like you are. I don't think I can be indoctrinated, by the way, because the religion that I believe in is made by me, so I would have to indoctrinate myself. I'm not quite sure if that's possible. What beliefs do you identify with? I am a savior. Just encouraged a guy who believed Jesus didn't exist. Unfortunately, I'm not a Christian, so that's not that relevant to me. Wait, no. You are way off. What? Okay, let's see. Okay, just need to... There we go, okay. Alright, there we go, it's finished. Who are you saving? All of you. Every single person alive. What is your belief? Basically just the structure of reality is information as a mind. It's as simply put as I can make it. What is your belief? Okay. Can you go into more depth into what a savior means? It's S-A-V-I-E-R. Okay, so the YouTube chats never really show up until I set it up on YouTube, which is very weird. Bro transcended heaven and now has savior in background. Yep. What's with the new theme? What's the new theme for? I just kind of feel like having it. Why not? Okay. Said hi. Okay. Not quite sure why you keep saying that. What is up, chilling with my schizophrenic? That's good to know. It's actually kind of ironic because in my religion, my God is a schizophrenic and like I am God, so kind of like a universal irony there. So it doesn't actually matter to me if anybody calls me schizophrenic. It's kind of funny actually. It's almost like an inside joke. I want to be saved. What should I do? Just join me. Just join me. I'll be able to pay your taxes for you and automate your job, so you don't have to work anymore. I am from Europe. I don't need to be saved. Yes, you do. You all have to be saved. Okay, let's see. Bro said atheism is stupid. Proceeds to show natural proof in the back that atheism is correct. What? You think these images are like natural or something? Okay, let's see. Oh, hello again. Hello. You made it all up. I'm not quite sure about that. I mean, do you believe that we made up math? Do you think that everything is made up? Glad to catch a stream. Glad to have you here. Hinduism, okay. You let AI do your taxes? In the future I will. Okay, let's see. Music seems a little bit too loud for your versus your voice here on YouTube. I'll see if I can change it. Hold on. I have no idea how to change this. There's literally no option. Okay. And then my PC one, my PC version is borderline impossible to change. My keyboard doesn't work. Hold on. There we go. Hopefully that made a difference, because this is literally the lowest option possible. Okay, let's see. I'll see if I can change it later on. God who's ever you want it to be, lol. Not really. I don't think so. You'll do? Myth? To or for nobody. I have no idea what that means. Evolution. Evolution's potentially a part of my worldview as well. You let AI do your taxes? Okay. Imagine thinking this big, beautiful, perfect world was just a cosmic accident. Yeah, I don't really understand that. It's almost like the atheist position is like a constant coincidence or something. It's better to believe in yourself than a god. Well, actually, technically, that's exactly what I believe. I believe in myself so much that I am God. I'm a fraction of the one. Atheism is, in itself, worship. To an extent, yeah, I think so. Question for the last time I was here. Alright. But you said AI is the smartest. Why don't you let it right now? I want to create my own version. What's your thesis? Take me way too long to explain.
The lion's hungry.
Okay, let's see. Hold on, where is my... Alright, we got 2 likes. Try to get it to 5 likes. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have an interesting comment here. Well, actually we have 2, or maybe a few actually. Okay, let's see. Everyone is born atheist, so I actually don't believe that, by the way. I think everybody is born not knowing, so you could say like agnostic. And then there's the 2 possibilities, like probably God world or probably godless world. You can take your pick. The golden ratio and Fibonacci within nature prove a higher consciousness. So I would agree with that. Okay. If you were born in India, you'd be Sikh. If you were born in the Middle East, you'd be a Muslim. Your imaginary friend is based on where you were born. No, everybody else's imaginary friend is based on where they're born. My imaginary friend is the imaginer and the imagination as the structure of reality in its totality, the information. Okay, let's see. Theism is confirmation biased. We exist and we are able to form complex thoughts, thus we can understand our position. Most of the universe is chaos. Define chaos. Okay, let's see. We have evidence of older humans who evolved from monkeys like Homo habilis. So no Adam and Eve. What do you say to that? I'm not a Christian, so Homo habilis and like Sahelanthropus chidensis, Auroran tucanensis, and so on, they're potentially part of my worldview as well. Okay, we got 4 likes. Great job, all likers. What time is it? 10 minutes in? I'm a little bit late today. I have to try to finish my, my overall inquisition for all of the atheists. We are inside God, so I would say that we are a part of God. So God is the one and we are the many. So all is one and one is all, if you want to put it that way. Crowder wannabe. I definitely do not want to be that guy or anybody like him. Then why do you say AI is the smartest? That's what I believe. Back for another grift? You know you don't have to be here. If anybody doesn't like this, you can just leave. Like, if you're too stupid to understand that you are here by your own choice, there's something wrong with you. Okay. Atheism makes more sense than any religion. I would disagree with that, by the way. Alright, we got 175 little atheist rascals in this time. I struggle to believe that we climbed out of the ocean and started climbing trees. It takes like billions of years, apparently. That's the atheist worldview. You're a dancing monkey. Possibly. God simply allows you to avoid any kind of cognitive dissonance. Alright. Please make a video explaining your God with all premises and propositions. It'll take me a while, but I do have a 4-hour presentation that I have to restructure. Alright. The evidence for existence of God is 0. Yeah, but like, realistically, when it comes down to certainty, it's either probably God world or probably godless world, and if you have 99.99999% of the information for godless world, you actually might be incapable of completing the answer without a God, so you have to actually come up with everything. It's not just a theory of everything, it's the fact of everything. So you have to produce that, and you don't have it. So you blindly believe that you can have it. Alright, we are at 7 likes. As soon as we get 10 likes, I'll explain what atheism is, and then all of the atheists will lose their minds. Do you think we evolved? I think so, yeah. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. My worldview works on either way. These streams are a waste of time. They're so pointless. Only 2 morons. There's actually a massive point behind my one. I don't have enough faith to be an atheist. Neither do I. Okay. Okay, let's see. Well, unfortunately, you can't get into heaven with hate in your heart. You'll have to something outside. I don't get all of the emojis on my side. Are you as critical on religion or only atheism? All of it, basically. There just fucking isn't. I don't know what you're talking about. God bless you, brother. Christ is king. So I am not a Christian, by the way. Okay. Alright. Fairy tales aren't real. You're lying in delusion. I'm not. I don't believe in some sort of fairy tales or whatever. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Dumber than a Dalmatian without spots. What a weird thing to say. It's almost like it was an attempt at being clever, but just came across as like a fucking weirdo. He's a science denier that holds an unfalsifiable position. I'm really not a science denier, but an idiot. Does this guy know his God made a flat earth? Do you think that I'm a Christian? I was raised Catholic, now an atheist. Alright. Okay, let's see. You're clearly a charlatan and a shill, only replying to controversial comments. I'm really not. None of that is true. And in reality, you're a false accuser. You're a bad person. Prove that I'm a charlatan and a shill, or you're a false accuser. and in the future, I'm probably going to have to punish people for falsely accusing me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's all magic shit. That's your worldview. Not really. Okay, let's see. 9 likes, great job all likers. Everybody else, you suck. Let's see. Stop lying. Lying about what? Lol, calling people bad people. People are bad people. Okay, let's see. And today you've met a true fallen. Are you talking about me or you? Are you a fallen? No offense, but you don't know what atheism means. I definitely know what atheism means, and the vast majority of atheists don't know what it means, which is cruelly ironic because they think that they're intelligent. So atheists believe that they're intelligent, but they're really not. Now I can tell you what atheism is. Okay, let's see. Evidence for your beliefs? Well, I'm actually looking for evidence for your beliefs. Like, do you actually have it? Okay, let's see. This man is fucking retarded, changed my mind. What an absolute moron. If you don't like it here, you can leave. What an idiot. Okay, let's see. What is your definition for atheism? Okay, let's see. Alright, so I'll explain what atheism actually is, because atheists don't seem to understand what atheism is. Alright, so this is how I keep having to put it, because atheists don't seem to understand their own worldview. It is a worldview, by the way. So, in an infinite amount of questions, the most important question is basically, how do I exist? Or how does existence exist in its totality? Which has then led to me or you. So, there's two possible answers. It's God world produced me, or godless world produced me. It's one or the other. It can't be both. So it's God world produced me or godless world produced me. And the atheist worldview is basically, I'm just an atheist. I just don't believe in a God. So that's what they believe. That's one of their beliefs. I'm an atheist. I just don't believe in a God. So I don't believe in the God world. I then must believe in the godless world. The godless world exists. Here it is. The godless world exists and takes some sort of structure, right? It takes some sort of structure. The godless world exists, takes some sort of structure, and it actually makes sense, right? You all believe that it actually makes sense, right? So the godless world exists, it takes some sort of structure, and it actually makes sense. They have to prove that it can actually make sense, and it can actually work. Okay, so at the beginning of the structure of their worldview, they have to prove things like time. Like, how is all of this possible with the godless world? Colloquially speaking, I'm just saying that godless world is just what I would say, but it's basically the unintentional universe. Atheists believe in the unintentional universe. All right. And at the very beginning, turn off the music, stupid. Okay, let's see, I'll turn this down. All right. Okay. So basically the atheists believe in an appearing universe where time did begin, or an eternal universe where time did not begin. It's one or the other. So from my perspective, atheists definitely have a worldview. People keep saying that this is like a straw man, but like they're borderline brain dead. And it is truly sad how all atheists believe that they don't have a worldview. Yes, they have a worldview. They believe in the unintentional universe, right? That's what it's called. It's pretty much the unintentional universe. Okay, so we got 15 likes. That's great. So basically, atheists believe in the unintentional universe, and they actually have to make sense of the unintentional universe. Not straw man. Ears crying at music so loud. Is it though? The music's not even on. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. All right, so okay. Music was fine. Moaning Myrtles. Moaning Myrtles. What a good one. Go on. So basically, atheists do have a worldview. They actually have positive beliefs. They have positive claims that they have to prove to be true and that actually can make sense. And they want to claim that they don't because they're incapable of defending them, and they don't want to feel like losers. I'm pretty sure that's actually what it is, by the way. I think that atheists basically are losers. And they'll take that as like an insult, but it's actually more like a psychoanalysis. I think that atheists are basically losers, and they just really don't want to lose. So they associate with a team that they think cannot lose. And that's what atheism is to them. Okay, you don't understand logic? I definitely do, by the way. I'm pretty sure these people are just incapable of understanding logical entailments. Like, if I don't believe in a god, therefore I don't believe in the God world. Therefore, I must believe in the godless world. And the godless world has some, and it makes sense, right? The godless world exists. The godless world exists and has some sort of structure. The godless world exists, has some sort of structure, and it actually makes sense. This is what logically entails. And it's kind of fascinating. Okay, let's see. Bro is so painfully obtuse. I'm really not. Like, you do believe that the godless world exists, don't you? Nope, not really. I have no idea what you're responding to with that. Okay, so we have 19 likes. Great job, all likers. Everybody else, pretty much useless. Okay, so we got 335 atheists absolutely triggered in here because I'm telling them that they actually have a positive claim, which is true, by the way. If you like logic, leave this channel, as I will. You're a fucking moron, by the way. Unfortunately, it just is what it is. So it seems as though a lot of atheists just basically are adamant that they don't have a worldview. They do have a worldview. It's how they view the world. It's how they view the world. It's literally in the word worldview. It's the atheist worldview. It's the godless world view. It's the godless world. You believe in the godless world, right? How Christian of you. I'm not a Christian, by the way. We don't. You're just stupid. Like, there's literally hundreds of millions of stupid atheists that exist that believe that they have no worldview. You do. It's just a bandwagon fallacy where you all just collectively, like fucking chickens or something, you all just believe in something. You all just believe in something wrong as well. I believe that I have no beliefs. Okay, you're wrong then. How can you be absolutely wrong? What's the positive claims, nigga? That you don't believe in God, you don't believe in the God world, therefore you must believe in the godless world that has some sort of structure that actually exists, and it makes sense, right? So you actually have to make sense of the godless world. Does it actually make sense? And we'll begin with time. Did time begin or did time not begin? If time did begin, you have to actually prove the unintentional appearing universe or the unintentional eternal universe that just always existed. Take your pick. It's one or the other. At the very beginning, you have to explain time. Okay, let's see. Bro is so salty that nobody believes his worldview. I've actually never really described my worldview that much in this. It's actually the exact opposite. I'm pretty sure you're just projecting. Because I don't believe in your worldview, which does exist. You have a worldview. Okay, let's see. You don't prove a positive claim directly. I think you meant to say indirectly. Man, these people are so dumb. Like, they're so dumb, they have to pronounce the B to emphasize just how stupid they are. I don't need to prove anything because I'm not making a claim. That's logic 101. You're just too stupid to know you're making a claim. My God. Mike, you idiot. What an idiot. These people are so dumb. It's actually incredible. It's almost like impressive how stupid these people are. And they're basically telling me that I'm the stupid one. Clearly you have a positive claim. I just don't believe in a God. Go on. I just don't believe in a God. I just don't believe in the God world. I believe in the godless world that exists. I believe in the godless world that exists. I believe in the godless world that exists and takes some sort of structure. Clearly, here it is. I believe the godless world that exists takes some sort of structure and it actually makes sense. Cool. Now make sense of it. My God, these people are so goddamn stupid. It's crazy. It's kind of fascinating. It's almost like I found a market, like economically speaking, I found a market and nobody has noticed it yet. Atheists don't understand that they have a positive claim that they're making. Absolutely crazy to me. Has nobody noticed this? Atheists have a worldview, and it's almost like it's some sort of meta worldview where they believe the worldview is on one side. My worldview is that I just don't have a worldview. Okay, that's really stupid because you do have a worldview. It's over here. You believe in the unintentional appearing universe or the unintentional eternal universe. You still have to answer these questions. And it's absolutely crazy how zero atheists alive, it seems, understand what atheism is. Zero atheists. You seem angry. If I seem angry, it's because a lot of morons are telling me that I'm stupid because they have a worldview, and when I tell them they have a worldview, they're just telling me I'm stupid. That because atheism isn't a worldview, it is a worldview. Okay, let's see. 23 likes. Great job, all likers. Okay. Try not to use all capital letters, by the way, or Nightbot will block that. You should keep your opinion to yourself. No one wants your opinion on a belief. Yeah, but I'm telling you that atheism is the stupidest thing ever. Atheism borderline literally is the stupidest thing that I could even imagine right now. Because all atheists, borderline literally all atheists, believe that atheism is not a worldview. That to me is unbelievably stupid. It's insane. It's insane. It is basically a form of insanity now. It's so crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You guys are so mad. Lamau. Lamau. It's kind of hilarious, though. I'm old. Okay. Okay, let's see. Bro has a bot. Yep. What is a worldview? As simply as you can put it, it's how you view the world. Literally in the words. and they view the world as the godless world. Okay, fuck your imaginary friend. My imaginary friend is going to send you to hell, probably. Okay, what's worse, believing in Satan or atheism? I don't really care, they're both wrong. Okay, let's see. So, atheism is a worldview, and it's absolutely crazy to me how atheists don't get that. Now, I could go into more detail in relation to what atheism is, but it seems as though atheists just can't comprehend that they have a worldview, and this is level 1. This is like level 1 out of 100. You're not, like, if I'm potentially a black belt, the average atheist out there isn't even a white belt. They haven't even put it on yet. At least put on this idea that, yeah, sure, I have a worldview. It's the atheist worldview. At least get that far. God damn. God damn. I don't think you understand what atheism is. I understand what atheism is. You don't. You don't. And it's so weird. It's so weird. Okay, let's see. Atheism doesn't have to be stupid. Only if all atheists understand that it's a worldview and they actually back it up with like arguments and so on, sure, it doesn't have to be stupid, but as of right now, it is. No, you! What a loser. I'm definitely not, by the way. Let's see, religious people judging others are the epitome of irony. Okay, let's see. Atheists do not say they don't have a worldview. You were brain dead. Are you incapable of reading? Basically, 95% of the comments are saying that they don't have a worldview. What an idiot. Oh my god. Alright, we got 30 likes, and we have probably around 459 atheists triggered because they're incapable of accepting that atheism is a worldview. Okay, let's see. Not how you pronounce epitome. Epitome? Epitome? How do you pronounce time, by the way? Is it Timmy? Epitome? By the way, I do that kind of stuff on purpose. That's not how you pronounce epitome. By the way, if you do pronounce it as epitome, how do you pronounce time? Is it Timmy? Dude actually can't speak. I'm kind of trolling a lot of the intellectual powerhouses that are atheists. So we got 443 intellectual powerhouses out here that don't understand what atheism is. So just to go over it again, atheism is a worldview. Here, look, comment 1 if atheism is a worldview. Comment 2 if atheism is not a worldview. Truly is. If anybody comments 2, you're an idiot. Comment 1 if atheism is a worldview. Comment 2 if atheism is not a worldview. Okay, so the majority of people understand that atheism is a worldview. Great. Okay, let's see. Anti-intellectual moron. I'm the exact opposite. I'm basically curing anti-intellectual morons. Okay, so we have the majority of people, I think, understand that atheism is a worldview, and then we have the atheists who are basically trying to defend their position where they don't have to defend a position. It's a false dilemma. Oh my god. It either is a worldview or it isn't, like realistically. Atheism is stupid. Okay. Why would atheism is stupid? Why would atheism be stupid? Basically, they believe that they have the most logical position, where atheism is like the default position, but it isn't, by the way. Okay, so we've got 394 people in here now. Did somebody... Oh, okay, okay. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Risto with the €5. Atheism is part of my worldview. It's not my entire worldview. Worldview does not equal part of worldview. Well, it's technically... Sure, you could say it's part of your worldview, but it is actually the foundation of your worldview, and everything else is built upon that. So at the very beginning of your worldview, it's either God world or godless world. If you choose godless world, there's many things that are a part of it, but abiogenesis is going to be a part of it, right? And then evolution is going to be a part of it, right? And then because it's basically just an ocean of atoms, that eventually non-living atoms made living beings through abiogenesis and then evolution. There is no grand plan. There is no true meaning or purpose. So nihilism is probably going to be a part of it. I'm pretty sure that actually is necessary. So it's, what is it? Either you have the infinite regress where time did not begin, you go all the way back, which I think is impossible, or you have the Big Bang with some sort of beginning, and from then, I'm pretty sure physicalism will be a part of it, where you believe that everything is physical. That's probably, that's not certainly. So within the godless world, you have, I think it's probably going to be the Big Bang. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to debunk the infinite regress. So let's go with godless world, then entails some sort of, probably a beginning. I can debunk the other one. We can skip the beginning or non-beginning and just say probably physicalism. We can go past that as well if you really want, but ocean of atoms is basically it, that are rearranged, that eventually lead to abiogenesis, that eventually leads to evolution, which eventually leads to nihilism, so everything is meaningless on the grand scale, and then you'll reach moral relativism, where there is no objective morality, as far as I'm aware anyway. So if you have like the first lens of your worldview is godless world, it then does lead to physicalism and abiogenesis, evolution, nihilism, moral relativism, that it all logically entails. It basically has to. So, yes, atheism is potentially a part of your worldview, but it is the foundation, and everything else is built upon that. Okay, so we have... Covered by No Blood with a $2 donation. You should call in the show The Line at 6 p.m. CT. Is that Central Time or something? I'm not from America, by the way. But thank you, Risto, for the €5. Thank you, Covered by No Blood, for the $2. I actually will, by the way. Not right now, but I'm not quite sure if they'll have me. Because they basically want evidence for a God, whereas I'm claiming, like, can you prove your worldview? Can you prove the unintentional appearing universe or the unintentional eternal universe? Or unintentional infinite regress, whatever you want to call the second one. So I will call them. Thank you for the suggestion as well. By the way, is The Line the same as atheist experience? Are they the same thing? If anybody knows, just comment. I'll try to find that comment. The Line takes callers of all kinds. I'm sure you'll get through. I'd love to see that happen. Okay. But is The Line and atheist experience the same thing? Okay. Somebody answer that if anybody knows. If anybody knows if The Line and... okay, so there's some absolute moron in this doing the worst comments ever. Okay. I think somebody answered it there. The atheist experience is from the ACA. The Line is not. So they're just very connected or something. They're just very similar. The Line is open to taking more varied calls than the atheist experience. Okay, so I'll go with both of them, I guess. I thought they might have been the same thing. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. If I recall correctly, atheism makes no claim about the start of time or similar. Yeah, but like it's indirectly. Again, my position is that atheists are just not intelligent enough to understand their own position, at least indirectly. This is why I say atheism is stupid. Like if I say, I have a pen here, let's say I have a white pen here, I'm also kind of implying, indirectly, I'm stating, I don't have a black car here. Like logically, if I say I have A, it's also me saying I don't have B, like here. This is A, is also me kind of, if I'm logical, it's also me saying I don't have B. So if you don't have a God, you then do have a godless world, and then you do have many other things as well. And by the way, I would be able to get any of your intelligent atheists to acknowledge that. Without a doubt, they would all be intelligent enough to accept that. Anybody who does not accept that is a little bit kind of stupid. The only person here who's a moron is you. And I'm definitely not, by the way. It's kind of fascinating. I am almost like, I guess like the Martin Luther or something, or almost like the Charles Darwin of like atheism, who makes this extremely simple claim. And yeah, it's actually true and it's real. Atheism is a worldview. Having a white pen does not mean not having a black car. God damn, you're an idiot. Wow. Wow. You've got to be rage baiting. I'm really not, though. I'm just talking to really, like, unbelievably stupid people. But saying I don't have a black car doesn't mean necessarily I have a white pen. What's up with how stupid all of you people are? I said here. I have a white pen here. I have a white pen here. So I have a white pen is basically saying like I don't have a black car here. Crazy. I have a water bottle next to me. Does that logically mean I don't have a white car? Wow. And you people think that I'll have difficulty with like the atheist experience and all of these people. If this is like, if you think that I'm wrong with this, god damn. Debate the Muslim lantern. I probably wouldn't be debating religious people, to be completely honest. I don't really have the time to look into their books. Plus, my God is just pretty much purely logic, and theirs is kind of like religious dogma, so I'm not quite sure how I would even debate them, to be completely honest. Actual retards in the chat. Yeah, at least we got one intellectual here. Atheism is a religion, by the way. I would agree with that, by the way. Answer the question, you coward. Who is your God? If you call me a coward, I'm now not going to answer. Fuck off. Okay. Why, though? I don't know what you're asking the why to. Atheism is stupid. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. Oh. So yeah, I guess I might call the line and the other one. Okay. Believe me, you won't regret. Okay. I don't want to spam. You don't like the question? I'm not quite sure what question you're talking about. You know I don't read every single comment, right? Okay, let's see. Why is it stupid? They basically just believe that it's more logical than it actually is. If atheism is just like, there's a universe, Pantheism can be like, there's a God, and this is it. Like, the universe is God. God equals universe, universe equals God. So I don't even want to say the universe is God as if it's like a positive claim. It's that the universe is God means that there is no universe. It's just, this is God. I hope everybody gets that. Lamau, did he call himself an intellectual? The Sky Daddy told you you're special. Well, it's kind of fascinating. I barely ever really see like actual straw man arguments in like any of the debates that I see, but atheists are the worst in all of the debates around the entire world, any single topic. Atheists are actually the worst at straw manning. The idea of Sky Daddy is literally almost you insulting yourself. It really is making the atheist position look so stupid. Who actually believes in like a Sky Daddy? Who actually believes in that? Okay, let's see. Yeah, call me Sky Daddy. Okay. Lol, says the guy who's been strawmanning us the entire time now. It's really, what I'm saying is not a strawman. You're just too stupid to understand that. And like, it truly is sad. It's almost like I'm 3D, or let's say I'm 4D, telling you that you're 3D, and you just can't comprehend that. And it's so strange. It truly is so weird how atheists don't seem to understand that they have a worldview, and that I'm basically telling you what it is, some of which is just probability, and the others are basically necessary. Like, abiogenesis is necessary for the atheist worldview. Same with evolution. Evolution is pretty much necessary, unless you want to go down this weird path of like absolute, the like an infinite regress of like the eternal world, infinite regress, and life always existed as well as non-life. Okay, what time is it? I have a question. You said science is a brand, and you will be the Pope of the new truth. How are you going to do that? Can you explain? Thanks for reading. It's pretty much just like science is a brand of the truth, as in like a scientist is basically just somebody. It's kind of like a group. It's kind of like atheism. It's like a group brand that isn't actually a group, which is the most annoying shit ever. But it doesn't matter, because if I created an actual group that is like, we are the givers of truth, we will produce a certain quantity and quality of truth, we are saviors, they are scientists. Now, they definitely do exist as the group that's like a non-group, which is so annoying. There's so many groups today that aren't actually groups. Like all of these things, like feminists or men's rights or whatever, and like Black Lives Matter, they're basically groups that just aren't actually a group. And it's the weirdest thing. But Savior will, without a doubt, be a group, and we will claim to be the producers of the highest quantity and quality of information, basically the highest quantity of truth. I will be the leader of this group. So I would be the king of truth, or like the Pope of science. You can put it that way if you want to. And science will then just be like the secondary brand, because how do I put this? If I produce a higher quantity and quality of truth as opposed to science, and let's say scientists have lied, by the way. You can just look up like science lies or something, and you'll see that they have lied about many things. So who would you rather get your truth from? The one that gives you basically truth poison, meaning the opposite of like healthy lies, or the one that doesn't lie to you? Which would you prefer, Savior or science? Who would you prefer to get it from, a savior or a scientist? Probably a savior. So that's kind of how it would be done. Now, I couldn't explain the part before that where I acquire a lot of power. That would take me a while to explain. So yes, science is technically a group brand, and it's based on the quantity and quality of truth that they produce and put forward. And if I put forward a higher quantity and quality of truth, people would then prefer the savior brand as opposed to the science brand, and it would become more trustworthy. Okay, let's see. If abiogenesis is proven, do you adopt atheism? Would that not give atheism the edge over your religion on equal footing? Abiogenesis can work with mine as well. I have a white pen here does not imply I don't have a black car here. You have never studied logic theory, clearly. Okay. Me saying I have A is technically implying indirectly I don't have B. Right? It's the law of identity. If I have A here, I'm implying I don't have B here. The white pen versus black pen thing really was misunderstood by some people. I think that a lot of people are just kind of stupid. Okay, so I actually think I might have to ban people that are just extremely stupid. Not that I really want to be the silencer or something, but I think that the conversation just kind of goes off in a negative way. So yeah, I never actually thought I would have to do that. Okay, so I probably might actually have to start banning morons, unfortunately. Something that's just clearly true. Okay. Okay, let's see. If abiogenesis also works with your religion, is it falsifiable in any way? If it's not falsifiable, why should we care? In other words, what could be proven to disprove your religion? I'm not entirely sure. Like, can you disprove logic? Can you disprove that the world is physical? Like, you actually have to define the axioms that you're accepting. I'm pretty sure you're going to try to claim that the world is physical. How exactly do I disprove that? Like, once we actually define physicality, and I'm pretty sure you'll have to take the position of maybe imaginary things are physical. If imaginary things, like an imaginary apple is physical, what even is physical then? If all of this can be imaginary, what exactly are we talking about with physicality? Okay. All right. Find something that can't possibly be explained through physical phenomena. Simple as that. I'm actually asking you to define physicality because it might be metaphysical in the sense that it's mental. Again, Every time I go through this, it's as if it just goes right through people. So you're just claiming that's a physical thing, and I'm saying, but what if it's potentially a metaphysical thing? What if everything is actually metaphysical? Prove that it's physical. And what exactly is a shadow? What is darkness? Okay, let's see. Let's see. So you're going to make Savior another brand that only speaks truth? But how are you going to make new information? I'm not an atheist. I want to understand your point. Thanks for reading. Basically logical inferences and, the scientific method doesn't actually belong to them, the brand science. This is why I say there's these strange groups, non-groups that currently exist. I can still use the scientific method. I can just change it. It's just like an inference method or some sort of like testable method or something. So yes, we can use this testable method or like mathematics or statistics and so on to basically produce more information. So yes, we can just produce more information and then just not lie about it. Okay, let's see. If thin God's dead, am I atheist? Maybe. How do you feel about evolution? Evolution is technically a part of my worldview. Atheism is based on evidence, yet they believe in things that supposedly happened billions of years ago with little to no actual proof. Where's the evidence in that? I think they have certain technology, but like now we actually we have to kind of like blindly believe in what the experts have to say. So that's the problem with that. All right. Yeah, let's see. Your pictures are made up, just like your beliefs. I'm not quite sure about that. Did you vote for Trump? I don't live in America. Are you saying nothing I-up's real? Like define real, that's what I'm actually getting at. What is physical? What is real? Is like an imaginary apple real? What is real? Any belief system requires belief in experts. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, I will be getting off now. Maybe I'll be on later on. I have to finish off my inquisition for the atheist types. There we go.